Chinese food is the second most popular food in the US in terms of food deliveries across the country, and Panda Express, founded in 1973, leads the way by a substantial margin. But how did Panda Express come to dominate the Chinese food arena in the US? In this video, we're going to deep dive into the story of Panda Express. We're going to talk about how it was founded, how it became the most popular Chinese fast food chain in the country, and how it has evolved along the way to retain popularity. The Panda Express journey started in 1973 when its founder, Andrew Cheung, along with his father, who was a chef, started the first restaurant in Pasadena, California. Cheung was born in China and immigrated thrice in his life to Taiwan and Japan with his family before coming to the US for his bachelor's degree from Baker University in 1966. Here, he would meet his future wife, Peggy Cheung, who would play an instrumental role in the growth of Panda Express later on. After completing the undergraduate degree, Cheung went on to pursue a master's degree in applied mathematics from University of Missouri. After graduating in 1972, however, Cheung went on to pursue an unlikely career path when he moved to Los Angeles to help his cousin run a restaurant, Ting Ho. Within a year, however, Cheung had parted ways with his cousin to start his own restaurant with his father, who had experience as a chef in China, Taiwan, and Japan. The first restaurant, called Panda Inn, was more of a sit-down restaurant rather than the fast food model that the Cheungs would adapt later on, but became popular due to the very personal level of customer service Cheung committed himself to. What do you think inspired Cheung to start a restaurant? After all, most graduates majoring in mathematics are more inclined towards creating statistical models and algorithms. Do you think seeing his father's journey as a chef created the attraction towards the catering business, or just fate that drove him to it? Do let us know in the comments. The restaurant's inauguration had followed US President Richard Nixon's famous visit to China in 1972, and pandas were viewed as the symbol of the relationship between two countries. However, it would take Cheung 10 years to finally start the first fast food outlet named Panda Express in a mall in Glendale, California, after his wife Peggy Cheung joined the business. Peggy was also an immigrant, born in Myanmar and raised in Hong Kong before immigrating to the US for her college degree. Peggy, who had a PhD in electrical engineering, leveraged her technical background to restructure the company's operational efficiency, employing technological solutions for tracking inventory and reordering ingredients. This almost revolutionary use of technology provided the business with tools to substantially improve their order processing time and manage inventory. It also allowed them to generate insights on their business, which they could utilize to better adapt and modernize their business practices, as well as make key decisions on their cuisines. Although it might seem to be a very natural thing to do, in 1983, very few restaurants relied on technology in the way that Panda Express did, providing them with a clear-cut edge over competitors. Within the next decade, Panda Express had expanded to 100 locations and had come to dominate the Chinese food arena in the US. The Cheungs wanted to make Panda Express the McDonald's of the East, and perhaps they have succeeded in doing so by making Panda Express a go-to Chinese fast food chain in the US. Today, the company has expanded its Panda Express outlets around the world, with its outlets across the US alone exceeding 2,000. The company has become the largest Chinese fast food chain outlet in the country, with Andrew and Peggy Cheung's combined net value exceeding $3 billion according to Forbes. Another reason for the chain's sustained growth has been the lack of consistent competitive pressures, as other Asian food outlets have either not competed directly with Panda Express or have grown too slowly to pose any real threat. Panda's reliance on technology early on, at a time when very few in the industry were doing so, has also helped the business outgrow its competitors by driving efficiencies and developing a competitive edge. In hindsight, Panda Express had successfully built upon two emerging trends of fast food and preference for Chinese cuisines in the US by combining the two. From there on, it has simply outgrown any other competitors that had the potential to threaten their market share by leveraging their first-mover advantage. Panda Express has also continuously focused on investing in its employees, which has helped the company sustain one of the lowest employee turnover rates in the industry. The business pays higher wages to all of its employees, but also invests in their career development, as many of the managerial staff in their corporate roles have worked their way up from the restaurants. As all restaurants are family-owned, Churng have also been able to ensure standardization of opportunities for employees across their mammoth chain of outlets. Before we continue, I would like to invite you to join our YouTube community by subscribing to our channel and pressing the bell icon to stay connected. Our videos are about deep diving into interesting topics like this one, and we have exciting ones lined up. We also encourage suggestions and input from our community, so let us know in the comments section if you would like to see a video on a topic that you're interested in. Although Panda Express has come a long way from the first restaurant Andrew Churng opened up in Pasadena, California, their flexibility and eagerness to evolve is one of the key reasons for the exceptional expansion and growth that they have been able to achieve over the years. It was this flexibility that allowed them to transform into the fast food chain, which actually led the business to exponential growth and national leadership in the Chinese food arena. Over the years, the company has continued to evolve continuously in order to adapt to the new areas and environments that they wanted to penetrate. And although the business has sometimes been criticized for moving away from authentic Chinese food, the Americanization of the Panda Express menu has only spurred the chain's attractiveness and popularity among its customers. They've also been very successful in adapting their menu to the fast food business model, which very rapidly became the core of their top line after the first Panda Express outlet opened in 1983. Perhaps one of the even more extraordinary things about Panda Express growth has been the lack of its adoption of the franchising model. In fact, it's the only restaurant chain of its size that has not leased out any franchises and is completely family-owned. The family has also stayed away from obtaining any form of public financing to bankroll their growth, even when it meant trading off a substantial growth potential for maintaining control and staying true to their identity. The Churngs have insisted that keeping the business family-owned allows them to ensure quality standards across all of their outlets. And despite their explicit intentions to emulate McDonald's success, they've stuck to their own stance in this domain. Do you think this was a good business decision? After all, franchising or opting for a public listing of company shares could have paved the way for Panda Express to follow brands like McDonald's and Starbucks into establishing a global brand. Let us know what you think in the comments. The Churngs, both 74, are now focused on cementing the legacy that they have established at Panda Express. 2 of their 3 children work for the Panda Express parent company, Panda Restaurant Group, with Andrea Churng serving as Chief Brand Officer for the company. Although Panda Express is firmly established as the leading Chinese fast food chain in the US, the brand has only recently expanded overseas. There is a lot of potential for the company to build upon the brand equity that it's generated over the last 5 decades to leverage growth in other markets such as Europe and the Middle East. Do you think the company can expand abroad without going public or leasing out franchises? Do you think it can maintain product and service quality in doing so? Or do you think Panda Express should continue with its current model of family ownership? Do let us know in the comments section. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, subscribe now for more interesting videos like this one, and hit the bell icon to stay connected. Also, if you have interesting topics that you'd like us to cover in future videos, do let us know in the comments.